Hi everyone, so this is our third video and today we will be working on this question called time conversion. It's also in the 1 month prep kit thing and it is the third one after plus minus, minimax, sum, and yeah, we have done this in the previous two videos. And yeah, let's go to time conversion now. It is it has a higher success rate for some reason. So I'm guessing it's easier, but yeah, let's just try. Okay, so as usual, I'll just read in front of you guys and attempt it. So yeah, given a time in 12-hour AM PM format, converted to military 24-hour time. So yeah, we just need to convert a 12-hour AM PM format into the 24-hour military format. Uh yeah, just it seems like a pretty simple question, right? Okay, I think I'm saying this a bit too much. Anyways, yeah, I used to also serve in the army last time, like a national conscript in Singapore. And yeah, they had this thing, 1400 hours, 1600 hours, these kind of things. So yeah, let's just try to do the question now. Um so okay, so AM becomes AM is 00. Like off the top of my head, I can't really think of a strategy as of yet. I'm still trying to figure out how I should approach this question. Okay, so it's in a string format. So I'm guessing they don't want us to try like there are inbuilt Python packages to handle time and date data sets. So I'm guessing they don't want us to handle them like that. So let's try it slightly differently. So okay, I'm going to first see what is the input that I'm getting. So print s, and I'm going to just run it. Okay, what is happening? Oh, okay. So over here they're not using print method. They are using, but it should still print it. Okay, there it is. That's my output. Debug output. So I got this back when they expected this. So let's try to work on this. They're just giving the time right now. And I need to, so it's just one value. They're not giving me multiple values to figure this out. So okay, let's do this. So before, the first thing that we need to understand is what is the suffix? Is it pretty? No, it is suffix, the ending part. So to get the last two letters, we can do something like this. Oops. From -2 onwards. So in the indexing system, the last item, like when we're going from front to like when we're going from left to right, it'll start from 0, 1, 2, 3. But when we're going the other way around, it'll go something like it's -1, -2. So if I put the starting index as -2 and I put a colon after that, it'll be -2 included and anything after that. So it'll be the last two items inside. So to just verify this, let's just run this again. And you should see that it just gets the last two things, which is PM. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assign this value. Let's say period is equal to the last two characters. And after that, since I know that the incoming format is actually a string data type, and the last two items are in 12-hour format, I can do like a if else kind of condition from there. So let's say it is if period is equal sign to AM. That's how it is, right? It's capital. Okay, I need to change this to capital as well. AM. then I would have to, if it is AM. So in the case of, let's say if it is 4 a.m., I can leave it as it is, right? I don't need to tweak anything. But the hitch comes when it is something to do with 12 a.m. If it is 12 something a.m., I need to minus the 12 hours over here because, yeah, I just have to. Otherwise, if it's an a.m., I can just leave it as it is. Like if it is 11:01 a.m., I can just leave it as 11:01 a.m. and it doesn't affect me that much. I can just print it out as it is. So let's clear all my drawings first. If it is AM and if the first item, so if S is first 201. So by putting :2, I'm calling out the first two characters, which in the case of 12 o'clock, 12 a.m., it would be 1 and 2. So a string 1, 2. We return string 00 plus S from 2 onwards. Because over here we end right before 2 and over here we'll start right after 2. So the 2 actually indicates the colon over here. So what we're doing is we're putting 00 in front of the colon, and that would give us 00 whatever timing like this in this format. And that's what we need, right? Okay, another thing that it is we need to cut it right before it gets to the AM PM as well. So I'm going to put -2 over here. Because as I mentioned earlier, it would be 2 all the way to the one right before it. So if I start from 2, 0, 1, I'll start from here and I'll go all the way until I meet -2. So this is -2. So all the way until right before it. So I will get the ones in between. So I'm taking this and putting it here and I'm adding a 00 in front of it. Okay, this is specific to the 12 a.m. clause. Otherwise, else we return the time as it is without the AM PM, which is more than enough for the question. So that is if the timing was in AM. Else, that means if it is not AM, we can assume it's PM. We don't need to check again. So if it is PM, and we don't really need to do any major modifications, all we need to do is just add 12 hours to whatever that we see earlier. So to do this, what we're going to do now is we're going to just return straight away. Like we need to identify the first two letters as usual, first two characters. We need to convert them into an integer, add the things together, then convert them back into a string. So, okay, wait, I think I spoke too many things. So I'll do it step by step. We first need to get the first two characters. So the first two characters are this 0 and 1 right before 2. So that would be 12 something. Like over here in 12 p.m. case, it'll be 12. So let's say we're converting something like 7 p.m. in this case. I'm taking 07 and I'm just extracting that over here. This is just 07. And I'm adding 12 to it, which makes it 19. I'm going to put that 19 over here as a string and adding whatever is left over here. So the principle is it goes something like this. I got the first two. I'm making it an integer so that I can add things together because you cannot add strings together like arithmetically. I'm adding 12 and putting a huge wrapper around that as a string. So this would, if this initial stage was 7, it would now be 19. And all I need to do is just plus this thing that I had, the ending, this component. I'm giving them the last few things to the back. With that, we are more or less done. So what is happening is that we first took in the input and they're putting it to the result, and result gets printed out over here. This is a different way to print out the results. But yeah, our result should be returning these things. In our previous cases, we just had to print things out. We didn't need to return anything. But in this case, since they are just asking for the function's result, we need to return the values, and hence we're doing this. So yeah, let's hope this works. I didn't run into any errors, hopefully. Okay, I got the first test case. Let's submit the code as well. Oof, I made a mistake somewhere. Okay. Let's just try. I'm quite confused why I'm getting an error over here. Okay, so interesting. Okay. So maybe you guys can leave it in the comments, like why I think those who are more familiar with the question, they would have been, or those who know what I'm doing, those who know the question would have been quite mad when I was doing this question earlier. Okay, the issue is, if it is in the PM format and it's something to do with 12, I'm just blindly adding 12 hours to it, which would make it 24 colon 45 colon 54, which doesn't exist in this. Like, it doesn't exist. That kind of timing doesn't exist. So we need to do a similar. If the first two things are 12 o'clock, we need to make sure that is handled. So if the first two characters are 12, we return them as it is, because that would be sufficient. So let's go back here, return this, else I think this should work. So let's run the code again. No errors. Let's run submit it. And yep. Okay, wait. I think I'm celebrating too early. Oh, delete my annotations. Yep. Okay, yay, congratulations. We managed to do it. Okay, yeah. So the lesson learned over here is that for some reason I was naively looking at it and thinking that there will only be an issue when it is 12 noon or 12 a.m. But yeah, they did highlight it, that if it's PM, it's something like this. Yeah, so there are boundary corner cases in many questions, and we need to be aware of them. This so in this question, we should have I should have been more careful in handling this as well. But if I were to take away anything for like beginner programmers for this question, it would be to understand how to do this feature. This feature is a very Pythonic way of looking at things. There is like I don't a lot of the other languages like JavaScript or Java, they are type restricted. That means you cannot change the type once you've created them. But Python is a bit more flexible in the sense that you can convert the data type formats back and forth, like integer to string, string to integer. That thing is quite flexible in that sense, and that is helpful for us in, especially in like hacker ranks or like these small puzzle like things. It saves us a lot of time. So yeah, that is the question, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, let me, if you guys have any feedback on how I can improve, do let me know. And if you think I could have tried a different method, also let me know. And I'm looking forward to hearing more from you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.